You see her? She stands in the center of the room, yet she is miles away. A perfect sculpture of porcelain and steel. Her laughter is a melody, but it never quite reaches her eyes. You say her name, the word feels heavy, clumsy, it falls at her feet, and she doesn't bother to pick it up. You feel small, a shadow clinging to a statue. This feeling is not an accident. It is a carefully constructed environment, a psychological cage where she is the keeper and you are the exhibit. You spend your energy trying to please her. You offer compliments, validation, agreement. You are a mirror, desperately trying to show her the reflection she wants to see. But your efforts only make her stronger. Your admiration is the fuel for her fire. Your attention is the mortar for her walls. You are building your own prison, brick by brick. You believe you are dealing with a person of immense strength, unshakable confidence. You are wrong. This is the great deception. You are not dealing with a fortress of stone. You are facing a castle of glass. It is beautiful, imposing, and one sharp vibration away from shattering into 1,000 pieces. This structure, her perfect persona, is her ego. And it is not a monument to her strength. It is a shield, the secret of her inadequacy. A deep, primal fear that she is not enough. The higher the walls of the ego, the more fragile the soul hiding inside. Her ego feeds on something called narcissistic supply. It is a psychological term for admiration, attention, and drama. It is the air it breathes, and you have been her most reliable source. Every compliment, every chase, every reaction you give her is a feast. You are willingly feeding the very thing that consumes you. To change the dynamic, you must not attack the castle walls. A direct assault will only be met with higher defenses and vicious counterattacks. The ego thrives on conflict. The solution is not war, it is famine. You must cut off the supply. This is where the power shifts. This is how you use her ego against her. Step 1. The famine of validation. Stop the compliments. Stop the praise. Not with anger, not with insults, but with a calm, profound indifference. She presents a new dress, a recent accomplishment. In the past, you would have gushed. Now you offer a simple, "I see," or "That's nice." The words are neutral, empty calories for a starving ego. This is not punishment. It is a psychological statement. It says, "Your performance no longer affects me. You are taking away the mirror." She is left staring into a void. Step 2, the subtle mirror. Do not engage in her dramas. Do not rise to her provocations. Instead, you will become a different kind of mirror, one that reflects her own behavior back at her. Is she distant and cold? You become placid and occupied. Is she overly emotional and dramatic? You become a pillar of calm logic. You don't oppose her energy. You simply fail to conduct it. The ego needs a reaction to survive. It's like a vampire that dies without a reflection. By being non-reactive, you are effectively turning her invisible to herself. Her ego will begin to panic. This is a critical phase. It will escalate. It will test you, trying to find the buttons that used to work. She might accuse you of being cold, of not caring. Do not defend yourself. An argument is still a form of supply. Simply say, "I'm sorry you feel that way," and leave the silence to do its work. The silence is a vacuum, and her ego, desperate for substance, will begin to question itself. Why isn't he reacting? Has my power faded? Step 3. Reframe the currency of value. Her power is built on a specific set of values: beauty, status, admiration. You will now make this currency worthless. In her presence, talk about things you genuinely admire, but make sure they are things she lacks. Not as a criticism, but as a general observation. Praise vulnerability in a film character. Admire the raw honesty in a piece of music. Talk about the beauty of a person who is unapologetically, authentically themselves. You are not attacking her. You are simply changing the rules of the game. The qualities she has spent a lifetime cultivating are no longer the winning hand. Her ego now faces a terrifying choice. It can remain in its castle, powerful but irrelevant in this new world you've defined. Or It can try to learn the new language, your language. Let's imagine a man, Julian, and a woman, Serafina. Serafina is perfection. Every word is chosen, every movement is grace. Julian feels like a clumsy footnote in her epic poem. He buys her gifts. She smiles, a perfect, practiced smile. He tells her she's beautiful. She says, I know. The power imbalance is a chasm between them. One day, Julian stops. The gifts cease. The river of compliments runs dry. He is still kind, but he is neutral. An empty sky. Serafina wears a new, stunning dress. She walks past him, expecting the usual reaction. Julian looks up from his book, gives a small, polite smile, and looks back down. The next evening, he speaks passionately about a documentary on deep-sea creatures, the strange, beautifully imperfect beings who thrive under immense pressure. He talks about their authenticity. Serafina scoffs. They're just ugly fish. Julian doesn't argue. He just gives that same quiet smile and says, perhaps, but they don't pretend to be anything else. A week passes, a week of famine, a week of this new currency. Serafina finds Julian in the garden. For the first time, she initiates the conversation. Tell me about the fish, she says. The words sound foreign in her own mouth. The power dynamic has not just shifted, it has been inverted. He did not tear down her castle. He simply built a world where her castle was no longer the most interesting thing on the skyline. She now seeks his validation. Her ego, in its desperate need for supply, is trying to learn the new rules. He has become the keeper of the flame. This is a powerful and dangerous knowledge. It is the art of psychological leverage. To wield it is to walk a fine line between understanding and manipulation. Using her ego against her is not about destroying her. It is about forcing a moment of self-reflection. It is about creating a space where something more authentic has a chance to grow. But you must ask yourself a question. Why do you need to do this? What is it in you that is drawn to this game of shadows and mirrors? Often the desire to dismantle another's ego comes from the pain of having our own ego wounded. It is a cycle of hurt, disguised as strategy. The ultimate power is not found in controlling another person's psychological landscape. The ultimate power is to become so grounded in your own that theirs no longer has the power to affect you. To understand this mechanism is to arm yourself. To use it is to make a choice about who you want to be, a student of the human condition or its predator.